Hello, this is Olufemi. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a good day as I am where I'm at today. Good to see you today. I apologize. We haven't seen each other in a while, but thank God for today. The last time we met, we talked about raising kids in the Western world. The actual fact of it, like some people, because as Africans, we work a lot, most of the time, sometimes we leave our children alone by themselves, and by that they probably grew up watching TV, learning things that they should not be learning at that age. So I would like to encourage us. I talked about that the last time. Please, 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 let's try to find time to support our children and raising them, to pour into them, and we'll continue on that today. Today, I want to speak to the dads. Honestly, from my heart, I want to speak to the dads. A few things happened over the course of the last time that we met that actually prompted my spirit to speak with the dads. A lot of times, um, dads, again, you're the head of the house. There's a lot that hinges on you doing, you taking that role very seriously because you've been the head of the house. You're supposed to lead the family in the direction that God wants the family to go. If that family fails, really, it's on you because, again, you're quote unquote the head of the family. You're supposed to nurture your children, pour into your children, pray for your children, talk to your children, tell them your history. Where did you come from? What happened? This is how we grow. This is how we learn as children, telling them stories. I remember when I was growing up, my dad would tell us stories about when he was younger, it would take him 6 miles to get to school. He trekked to school. In our generation, we didn't have that. Thankfully, we had vehicles that took us to school. So tell your children that story. Maybe in your children's generation, they took the bus to school. Tell them what you went through. Tell them how you got here. These are the stories that they'll tell their own children long after you're gone. So it's important for us to have that family time. Again, the dad, if the dad is not available, the mom, please take it upon yourselves to do this. This is how our children know where we're from, so that yes, we immigrated from somewhere. If we don't tell them about where we come from and people ask them, they'll just say an American. Meanwhile, you're not really an American, so to speak. You're from Nigeria, you're from Ghana, you're from Cameroon, you're from Kenya, you're from Tanzania, wherever it is that you're from. Let us tell our children those stories. Those are the things that will help them to form who they are. Where are you from? This is where I'm from. This is my father's story. This is my mother's story. It's not just the dad. The moms need to tell the stories too. And I would also encourage daddies, when you have boys, please spend adequate quality time with them. Because if you don't, how would they know what being a boy is? Being a young man and being a man and turning into being a dad. It is very important. And I think along the way, some generations, I don't know which generation, we failed our boys that are turning into men. I heard a while back, probably about 4 years ago, I heard that this generation that we're raising, that the men in that generation, our generation, have not done a good job raising them to be the men that should be. So please, us dads, let us take a step back and think about it. It's not too late. If your son is like 25 to 30, and deep in your heart, you know that he could do better, sit him down, talk to him. And also, as a mom, we have to nurture our girls. We have to teach them the right things to do. There are certain things that girls need to know. There are certain things that boys need to know. We need to sit down and talk to them and raise them to be who God wants to be. Pardon me, to be who God wants them to be, to walk in purpose, to fulfill their God ordained destinies. Parenting is a tough job. But God didn't give us those children for us not to know what to do with them. God gave us those children so that we can help Him nurture them. They're God's children. God just has used us as the medium on earth to help raise them. So I say to you, when you get back to God, what would you tell Him? How did you raise that child? Did you do your best? Or are you lacking in some areas? Again, it's not too late. If you feel you're lacking, please take that time out, sit with that child, talk to them, help them. If they need prayers, pray with them. And honestly, I've talked about dads. It's not just your biological children that God has given you to raise. There are some children out there that their dads are probably in prison, their dads probably walked away from the home. You can help in that regard. You can adopt a child. You can adopt more than one, a boy, a girl, here and there. If you feel God has poured it into you to help them, please, by all means, help them. Or some kids have lost their parents. Please be that mother, be that father, not just to your biological children, but to a lot of children. Again, thank you for coming along. We talked about us trying to raise our children the right way, doing right by our children so that they'll be well grounded children, so that they'll be emotionally sound children, so that they'll be able to find their feet in this world. This world is becoming something, and if we don't raise them the right way, they can get lost in the system. So please, please, and please, let's do right by them. Thank you for coming along. If you like what you've heard, please share and hit the like button also. And thank you. Have a good day. God bless you.